Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is The Quad, Season 1, Episode 6. Go tell it on the mountain. Now, the episode starts off with, we have Danny and this crew. They're practicing. They're going off because now it's the battle of the bands. And as we know, he's a drum major. So he is, aside from Cecil, he's like the second in command. So he has to kill it. He's doing this dance choreography. And I said, he is really proud of himself and, thinks that he's killing it. And I said, okay, I'll give it to you. I'm like, you still trash, but okay. Alright, you good at what you do, but you still trash. Hey, yeah, I can do it too. Anyway, we see these grown men, and it looks like they're, having some cigars, some drinks, cigar bar, lounge. And the thing is, all of them, with the exception of the other guy, damn, it's messed up, I don't know his name. There's Cecil, and then there's the darker guy with the hair that also doesn't like having the having the a woman at the helm of the college. But the conversation, again, it's a battle of the bands. So all of them are kind of talking about, all right, how Cecil, he's great at what he does. They know that originally they didn't stand a chance, but now they have some fire, they have some heat, regardless of what's going on at the school, regardless of the fact that they have the woman president. And it was like, oh yeah, so what's going on there? We just let the board take care of that. We gave her some rope and she hung herself. And we didn't have to do a thing. I said, these grown men cackling about trying to get one woman out of power. This is so sad and so pathetic. And I found it interesting that Cecil, it actually looked like he was attempting to not have the narrative, refocused on Eva, which I caught. And I think that his friend caught it too. It's just like, now hold up now, you're not getting soft on me, but that conversation comes on a little bit later. There's a man who, he's younger, he's clearly the youngest of the group, and he has a chip on his shoulder. He has a lot to prove, he wants to beat Cecil, and, they're all want to put in bets, 250, who's going to win, who's going to win, who's going to win. And I said, okay, Cecil, you need to watch out, because I don't trust that dude. I do not trust that dude. Cecil, he needs to come up with a brand new original song. Now remember, he creates music, so he listens to his old catalog, and that's what inspires him. So he's, playing on the, the saxophone, and he's writing the music out by hand because he wants it done right. He wants to make sure he comes back with something that no one's expecting. Eva's having to deal with the issue of, okay, her lawyer comes because her husband wants to go and sue her. He wants $20,000. Yes, you heard me. $20,000 a month in spousal support. This grown man wants $20,000 in spousal support. And now, I already knew that there was something about the husband I didn't like. But, there's a little bit more to the story. It's interesting. It just sucks, the dynamics between Eva and Hardwell because of where they stand. Eva's just saying how, so are you still continuing with your stance with Terrence? Yep. Well, I'm still continuing my stance. And it just, I wish that wasn't the case as far as them being at odds, because she really needs a friend, and she knows that they could have really been good friends, possibly something else, if it wasn't for this happening. But he brings her some news. He brings her the fact that, we were talking about TVs and us being played on TV. And you know what? I took that to heart. I called the distribution guy up, a TV rep up, and we may possibly get put on a network. It could be a $10 million multi-year contract. And she said, well, what? Because remember, she's not excited about the thought of doing something with the football team or doing anything with the football team, primarily because of Terrence. Once he said money, and once he said, yeah, you have to meet the investors, she said, oh, okay, let's go. A meeting? Yeah, let's do it. Don't touch me, though, because we're still not cool. Again, it just sucks that they're not on the same side. Madison, she goes and she gets the one who's a part of the, anti-sexual assault crew on campus. So it's like, okay, so where's Sydney? Where is Sydney? She's the reason why this march is happening. She is the person that's spearheading the march. Madison said, no, you're the one who put her on Front Street, wanted her to go and spearhead the march. She didn't really want to do that. Because she didn't really want to do that, she skipped town. She just wanted to clear her head. And, you know, this girl's trying to tell Madison, you need to get her back. You need to get her back because we need her. We need her. We need to make sure that, essentially, even though it's for a good cause, they are still using Sydney in order to further their own agenda, which is a positive one. So that's why I say it's for a good cause. But we have to acknowledge the fact that that's why this is happening in the first place. Eva, she goes to, Lord Jesus, she goes to the first part of the deposition regarding her and her husband. And her husband, you know, he asks her a bunch of questions about, and the questions were mainly geared to her relationship with Jason and how he's like, so how many times did you have sex with him? Did you climax every single time, or how many times did you climax, or did you enjoy it? When did it start? When did it end? And she said, no, hold up. Do you want me to tell you all the things that we did? Who went down on who? Who went? And they were like, okay, stop it. Her lawyer said, you need to cut it. You need to cut it, because no, we're not doing this. Cecil, he already called his sister, and his sister, he set up a lunch date with his sister. She essentially flaked, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I have so much work to do. So he said, you know what, I'll walk you out. And here's the background with them. Their home life was trash. I don't know if it was both parents or just the dad, but as far as parenting, didn't have the best. As a result, I think the dad, he was either verbally or physically abusive, and Cecil, of course, he was younger, couldn't do anything. He left home. His sister is younger than her. She had to stay, and I think she's always held a grudge over him, the fact that, you know, once you were in some type of power, had some type of leverage, you didn't help me out the way that you should have. And he says, I know, and I am sorry. I acknowledge the fact that I was trash when I should have helped you out. But I want to be here. I want to be here now. I want to do something that could possibly heal us. Something that will be very meaningful. Please come to the Battle of the Bands. Because I'll play some music that has meaning towards you, in our case, in our situation. Madison, you know, she's just like, okay, in between classes, let me go and get ahead on this stupid work that I have to do anyway. Lo and behold, some dude is kind of hovering in front of her, and she was like, hello? Whoa, what the? It was Terrence, and Terrence is trying to tell her, no, you have the wrong idea. You think that I'm the one who assaulted her? No, in reality, she was smiling. I've never seen someone who was smiling after they were assaulted or while they were assaulted. Thinking, that smile could have been a bunch of things. If that was the case, that smile could have been, you know, I'm extremely uncomfortable, like, oh my gosh, I have to smile from not crying. That could have been anything. I don't know if that was their way of telling us there's more to the story and there's more to it than what we think, and he's trying to say that maybe Sydney was just embarrassed. Unfortunately, we have to, again, say that there's a possibility that that could have been the case. She could have partially blacked out, came to, originally been for it, and then, you know, blacked out, came to, and was like, what is going on here? We don't know. We don't fully know. We know what we think, and we're like, yeah, he's guilty. But there is the possibility that he's not. So that's the thing about these situations. Danny is being told by, by Cecil that here's some new sheet music. No, don't run it through the reader. No, we're going to do this. We're going to pass it out through paper. Everyone's going to get the paper. They're going to collect every single one of them. We cannot have this original song that, again, is not copywritten. You can't let this slip. You hear me? Now, I did notice when Noni was looking at that paper and then looking at, they panned over to Danny's phone. I said, oh Lord, is she going to frame him? Because he does let her know, you know what, you're a suck-up. You're great at what you do. Oh yeah, you're great at what you do. But you're a suck-up. I know what you did. Trust me, I know what you did. I found out with you and orchestrating the whole thing with the football. So now, you're going to get reckoned once the Battle of the Bands is over. I said, what? What? Did he just, in front of, and no one heard that? Noni is trash at times, but I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her get hit. That's not what we're trying to do here. Cecil and his so-called friend, Cecil is irritated because he's trying to focus on his music. That's what he cares about. His friend's like, no, but are we still on plan to make sure we get this woman out of office? Is that still the game plan? Are you still with me, my brother? He said, I don't have time to worry about something as trivial as dumb as that. And that's what I realized. I said, he doesn't really care about that. As long as his band isn't messed with, he doesn't really care who's running things. It was just a little blow to the ego because he thought that things would change a lot. But things are doing well for him. So that's why he's not focused on that. And his friend is like, excuse me, I was there to support you every step of the way. Just like I'll be there to support you at the Battle of the Bands. You just remember that. I said, oh, poor babe. Not really, get on my nerves. We have T and Junior. They're there with Bo. And, Bo's parents, they come in and... they want to speak with their son alone. So his mom is there too. I was like, oh, look at his mom. His mom's cute. But T said, no, we'll stay here. So the dad was like, okay, perfect. Here's how this works. I set up some meetings for you to meet with different coaches. It's going to happen on Sunday instead of Saturday. It's like, wait a minute. I thought it was going to happen Friday. It doesn't matter. What matters is it's happening. You're going to do this. It's like, well, Dad, I talked to the coach. And he said that if I continue on this trajectory, I could be in Terrence's spot next year. His father said, boy, you listen to me well. You listen and you abide by my rules, right? You do as I say, right? Right? You right? Yes, Dad. So here's how this really goes. I wasn't asking you for anything. You are going to do this. You're going to do this. It was like, no, but I don't. His dad again tries to yoke him up, and this time around, he stops it. Now, his dad did go and hit him at some point, because I guess I didn't see it at that time. Oh, yeah, yep, his dad did swing on him. His dad swung on him. So, Bo was trying to defend himself and, had his dad against the wall. And then his mom's like, wait a minute, break it up, you two. That's when the dad, like a punk, went, swung, hit Bo in the face. Junior and T jumped up. It's crazy, because when it happened, I jumped up at the same time. And I'm not even someone who... Anytime I feel that type of energy around, I'm gone. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to take all my things. Thank you. I'm either going to de-escalate, or if I can't, all right. Hasta mañana. All right? Arrivederci, mother. No. And even I would have been like, no. I don't care if you're the father or not. We don't play those games. Junior said, here's how this goes. Because the father right before that said, oh, so you want to stay here at Colored U? So that had them on edge to begin with. As soon as they hit their friend, oh, it was on. Both said, I would love for you to try something. I really don't want to have to put my hands on you, old crusty mother, but I will. The mom said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll call you later. And of course, T was there consoling him, and Junior was there, guarding the door like, he better not come in because I'm ready to swing. And you just saw that shiner already. I said, you know what? We need to do something for Bo. Because that's an abusive household. You cannot send him back there. You can't. Now, like I said, I already told you that they're practicing. Noni's the natural. That's when she gets threatened by Danny. And that's when she thinks, okay, maybe if I go and do another plot, I'm thinking, even all of this is going to come back to bite you. That's what you don't understand, Noni. You can't do wrong to do more wrong, to cover up that wrong, to do more wrong, and expect right to come on. Come on now. That doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't even be in this band. Your so-called roommate / friend got boxed around, and now you took her you trash. Yeah, you are. You are. But I don't want to see you get hit, though. Definitely not about that. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. I didn't already say so. My name's Romie. For some reason, I'm not sure if I said all of that. Now we have, Eva's soon-to-be ex-husband, and I believe his name is Derek. I feel like it's something, yes, it is with Derek. Dang, why'd I have to know that? And, the questioning gets very awkward, because, his lawyer is a woman lawyer. She's great, because she's not playing around. She is not playing. She's not playing. She's like, okay, so you salacious little hot toddy, how dare you go and spill slanderous filth against my client. You're a little trollop. You cheated on him, and now you want everyone to feel sorry for you? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Really? You should. And Eva said, okay, well, there's more to the story than you think, but I'm going to pause for a moment. That's when it pans back to Noni, and she's practicing. The young buck who was there at the cigar lounge, he's trying to go and get young Noni to give up the music, because he knows that Cecil's coming up with something original, and so he wants Noni to get that information to him. And he said, you know what, in my band no one gets hurt. I said, Lord Jesus, everyone knows it, so they're looking at this man like, you really let something like that happen in your band? Oh, and Danny is still out at large. Really, the interesting thing though is that at the time Noni said nah, and remember, this is even after she got advice, because the guy said, put up your middle fingers. I'm not going to disrespect you guys, I'm not going to do that. Put up your middle fingers. Alright, now, waving back and forth. Now do that with the instrument. And, I guess it was better. So she's like, oh yeah, great. And then she realizes who he is. He's the competition. So she's like, no. I'm thinking, I don't trust her. He leaves his card right there in the stand. And I know she's trifling. I know she's trifling. I know she's trifling. I knew what was going to happen next. Now, next thing you know, Eva, in the court proceedings, she flips the script. And she lets it be known, excuse me, this is the man who lost his other family, and so I was in a marriage where at the end of the day you told me that, oh, you loved me and when we first met and all of that, but there's more to the story. You were in a prior relationship and that relationship went sour. I believe the person died. I believe she was pregnant, all of that, what have you, and ever since then you've been comparing me to her. You're comparing me to her, and you would even call me her multiple times, including sex. So, you are trash. You'll always be trash. I did so much for you. You're in my dream house. I will give you my dream house. No contest. But I will not give you my family. I will not give you a dime of spousal support. My family money? You want that? Because you thought you were a good husband? You wanted a child and then you didn't want to take care of it? Did I stutter? I said, okay. Okay, I see where this is going. Eva, she goes and she meets up with the guy who has a distribution deal with the TV stuff. And he's not really a fan of her. Because again, Eva, she sounds very poised and put together. She definitely just talks like how I talk sometimes. Sometimes in other videos I sound just like her. Other times I sound like this. Just laid back, relaxed, not trying to go and make sure that I use certain verbiage or anything like that. And because of all of that, we have Eve. This guy's like, I know you. I know what you think of yourself. I know that I'm over it. Oh yeah, and speaking of the matter when her husband was trying to make it a big deal, like, oh, I know you spent that $150,000 and you gave it to your little boy toy. I know it's what you did with it. Not with that stupid thing of, oh, you paid for your school's water bill. I'm thinking, that can be traced. You can go and pull that up. So what are we really doing here? This just sounds stupid. Anyway, the man isn't a fan of Eva. He does like the football program because Hardwick said, he saved the day. He said, you know what? Yeah, but we're winning. We're bringing in more ratings, more attention than anything else on your current program. So how's this? And the guy says, you know what? I do have some stipulations, and Terrence has to go. Terrence has to go. We have investors who don't like him. We have investors who don't trust him. So he has to go. And Eva had this look of, I know you said you don't like me, but I like you right now. If this is the way to get rid of Terrence, I would have come a long time ago. She said, Hardwick said, we'll take that into consideration. She said, yes, we will. And I'm sure we'll come to a mutual agreement that you can appreciate. I said, oh God, this is so messed up. This is so messed up. Now, Madison, she actually goes and she watches the tape again, and she's just like, oh my God, no, I can't believe. I think she more so had that look of, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I even for a moment thought Terrence was telling the truth, type of thing. Now, she goes and she does this video and she sends it to Sydney and just tells Sydney that at the end of the day, I'm your friend, I love you, and I'm going to be here for you. So when you're ready to come back, come back. If not, I'll still support you. I said, you know what, Madison just wants to be loved. She wants to give love. She's just a loving person. You can tell. You can tell that she's just genuinely a loving person. As I said, the deal, things get very complicated because it's like Eva versus Hardwick, and that whole concept, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just want this to end so that they can come back together. Now, it's time for the Battle of the Bands. It's time for the Battle of the Bands. And they started off with Bad and Bougie. I said, wait a minute, no. Was it Bad and Bougie or was it Black Beetle? Hold on. That girl is a real piece of... Yep. Sorry, Black Beetle. Black Beatles. I said, Look, I was here for all of it. All of it. Now, the thing is, though, backstage, Cecil, his sister is there. His sister brought their father. And she's like, well, you know what? If this is about family, then he needs to be here too. Cecil was over it. He went backstage. The issue is he's giving everyone the pep talk. While he does that, he hears, the young buck of their little, Battle of the Bands. He went and stole Cecil's song. Cecil comes back and he's like, are you kidding me? Danny, you had one job. One job. You tricked me. You betrayed me. You are out. You are out. Now I'm looking like, where's Noni? Because I know she did this. I know she did this. Noni had this look at, aha, I got you now. Who's going to be reckoned now? So Danny's officially kicked out. He goes, I thought he was going to hit her. He went, took her instrument and broke it. And his friends were like, wait a minute, we'll walk too. His other friend said, excuse me, I have a scholarship, so I can't go anywhere. I can still love you from afar. Then he said, you know what, no. The both of you, you stay here. You stay here, you figure this out. And again, Noni had this look, oh Lord, I really betrayed this man and I'm partially trash just to get back at this, possibly switch. Something's wrong with that girl. Something is wrong with that girl. She is more than petty. She's more than petty. So, they're going to switch up the music, and while they're performing, everything's going well. People are enjoying it. They're having a grand time. And I said, nope, this is too much. The stress from that, I thought Cecil was going to pass out before. He passes out while, performing and directing the band. Now, mind you, he's standing on essentially like this pillar thing, and he drops almost head first. Everyone stops, and they're like, oh my gosh, and there's blood coming down his nose. So somehow I already forgot that Cedric's girlfriend got killed. I'm not laughing at that, I'm just laughing at the fact that I kind of forgot about that. So we're going to find out who did it, or at least get back to that next week. So please like, comment, subscribe, come back next week.